Hey, everybody. It is episode 16 time. It has been a while. The last time I put an episode or a show out was December 28th. A lot's been going on. I've been busy, and those are my excuses why I haven't been able to do this for a while. So, what's going on, I can't really talk about yet. In a few more weeks, I'll be able to, but there's going to be some life changing news for the better, but I just can't share it yet. So I have a goal of 100 episodes still, and this is 16, so I am really quite a ways, from being where I need to be at. But I'm going to keep pushing on. Just some updates. Yes, I had started running again. I talked about that probably in December or November. Just to recap, I had knee surgery in October of 2023. Been a struggle, but it's been a while, so starting to slowly run again. I've been running for a couple weeks now. I started out with just like a half mile, moved up to a mile. Now I'm just doing 2. I'm not going to push my luck. So I'm going to just, see how it goes, keep going. The knee pain, it's tolerable. It's not bad, but as long as it kind of stays that way, I think that I'll continue to be able to do some running. Also thinking about looking at some custom orthotics. Maybe that'll help. I need to check on that still. See, my foot rolls inward when I run, and I think that's putting extra stress on my knee. So if I can level that out so it's flat, I think that'll help. At least Dr. Google told me that. So I need to see a real doctor and see if they agree with Dr. Google. So today I want to talk about TDS a little bit, Trump derangement syndrome, and how the Democrats have picked the battle they're going to die on. The battle specifically today is men and women's sports. I think for me, the most noticeable, most famous incident was when the male, Leah Thomas, beat Riley Gaines in the women's NCAA championship. So what happened was a 6'1" male with a penis beat out all women to become the champion. He competed as a male previously against other males, and he was just kind of an average swimmer. But then when he came up to compete against women, he became a champion, which doesn't seem right, doesn't seem fair. When men are built different than women, and there's nothing wrong with that, but men are naturally, physically built stronger than women. There's different traits physically that men have that women don't. So when you take those traits of a man, and depending on the sport they're in competing against women, I mean, the man has an advantage almost every time. Since then, Riley Gaines has taken a huge stand for women's rights in sports after the devastating unfair loss that she was forced to endure by the NCAA. They actually tied, right? Her and this Leah Thomas dude tied. But the officials ended up awarding the championship to the man in a women's sport. So these piece of shit woke officials did not give the award to a woman. They picked a man to win, a man with a penis to win against these women in the sport. Absolutely stupid. Skip forward a few years later. Last week, the GOP backed bill that went to the Senate to basically ban transgender men from competing in women's sports. It would have prohibited federally funded schools from allowing men to compete against women in women's sports. Democrats say they are empowering women and girls. How is blocking a bill that would have protected women and girls in sports helping protect them? How is it okay to take the fun out of competing for these women and these girls? Some of you may already be dealing with this issue. I mean, some of you, maybe you have a daughter that did not get a spot on a sports team in school because a transgender man took that spot. I mean, this crap is happening, not just in swimming, but it's happening in boxing, it's happening in wrestling, it's happening everywhere. So at Trump's congressional speech on March 5th, the low-life form Democrats wore pink to show support for women and girls. 2 days before Trump's speech, these pink-wearing assholes voted unanimously to block the bill that would have protected women and girls and would have made women's sports really just for women. And transgender athletes would not be able to play in these sports with women. They would have been banned. But all these Democrats in the Senate blocked it. Every single Democrat in the Senate voted against the bill. Every single one. Like I said, they're choosing the battle that they will die on. They've not learned anything from the monumental landslide win at the presidential election. Every swing state they lost. That's monumental. They lost because they wear pink and pretend to care about women, but they don't. They will die on the woke agenda because people are starting to open their eyes every day and realize the truth. And here is the truth. The truth is, Democrats don't really care about you. They don't care about you. Remember when they wanted to see Trump's financial records and it was okay then? But now that Doge is out there and wants to see their financial records, it's an invasion of privacy. Democrats are crazy. Next election for Congress, in the next election for the Senate, are you going to vote for more of the same? Or will you help put a stop to the nonsense once and for all? We all have the power of the vote. The power of the vote triumphed in November. Trump ran on cleaning up the swamp. It's not cleaned up. The truth is, we don't need him to clean up the swamp. We can clean it up ourselves if we get out and vote and get rid of these swamp creatures. So if you've not watched Bailin' Out Loud yet, watch it. It's a reality show about a girl named Bailin who has Tourette syndrome, and it's about how she manages through life. So here's a disclaimer. Her show is not a political show, nor does it touch on anything political. But from her show, I'm going to take a 2-word quote that she repeats frequently in almost every episode. And I'm going to end with that quote. So, Democrats in Congress and Democrats in the Senate, here is that quote. You're done.